What's going on, y'all? I am about to experience something that I have never ever done before. And I'm bringing you along with me. All right? I am about to go do a float therapy session. Now, what is a float therapy session? A float therapy session is basically you're inside a pod. This pod has lukewarm water that matches your body temperature, right? And it also has enough Epsom salt in there to allow your body to float. So you're going to feel like you're weightless inside this pod. It's supposed to be the most deepest relaxation that you can get for your mind. Now, I'll be honest, I don't know what to expect. I've been trying to do this for years, to be completely honest. But for whatever reason, I was kind of nervous to do it, or I kept putting it off to do it. So today we're going to do it. I've invited one of my homies along with me to do it. He's going to meet me at the location for the float therapy session. He's going to be in his own pod, obviously. And I just think it's going to be a great experience. And hopefully it will help other people try new things, especially people of color, specifically for me, Black people, because there's so much that we don't experience, that we don't do because maybe we think it's taboo, or maybe because we don't think that's for us. But there are so many things that we could do, that we should do, that we just don't do. So hopefully this video will change that. I don't know what to expect. I'm not really nervous. They say that it's possible that you may see things depending on how deep and relaxed your mind gets. We'll see. All right, so here we go. Sacred Floats, float therapy. Never have I ever. So my homie Remy is definitely nervous about doing this, but I think he's going to be pleasantly surprised about how he feels afterwards. I'm almost 90% sure that this experience would be beneficial to everyone, but I have no way of knowing because I've never done it. But every video I've ever watched, everyone who has done it has truly enjoyed it. So, Remy is typically a little bit of a worry kind of person in general until he starts doing it, and then once he's finished it, he thinks it's the best thing ever. So we'll see how it goes. We just got you Tampa Floats. We just pulled up. My homie Remy over here. He right. How you feeling? How you feeling about this? I'm glad. I'm just glad you did it. I'm just glad you could have backed out, but you didn't.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts? What makes you nervous about this?
I got substances in my system and I don't know how they go.
Well, you didn't drink too much. His defense, we just finished shooting. We went up through this. My homie, I called him up, hit him up, said, yo, let's go do the float therapy. He was like, bet, let's do it.
Yeah,
so
man.
we with it, we're gonna try it out. We're gonna see how it goes. We're gonna document this, and then whatever happens, happens. And so I'm feeling good about it. He gonna feel good about it. Look, we went to Costa Rica. He was scared of the zip lines.
I zip lined 11 times in a
He
row.
loved it. So here we go. Hopefully they let's interview. I'm gonna try to interview some people about this. Gentlemen first. Hello. How's it going? Here's Will. He is the owner of Tampa Floats. He's gonna take good care of us. Will, what can two guys who are afraid of this situation, what can we expect from this?
Just a nice, peaceful, relaxing experience. We got 1,000 pounds of Epsom salt in each one of these tanks, roughly. So as soon as you sit down, lie back, you're gonna float right up to the top. While you're in there, your body's kind of slowly absorbing that Epsom salt, so it's good for any aches, pains, sore muscles.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the anti-gravity effects allows your back, shoulders, neck, and everything to just kind of decompress, unwind. The body, the water's around body temperature, so you're gonna kind of just melt into the water as well. So physically, quite wonderful. Mentally, it's a nice little chance to unwind and escape. It's been a crazy lap around the sun, so it's nice chance to just take a break.
I'm really into yoga. I like yoga. I like meditation. Is I've watched a lot of YouTube videos about this. I've been talking about doing it for a couple of years. I've been putting it off. Is it? Can I expect a deeper relaxation, or is it hard the very first time? Because
the first few minutes is gonna just be a get used to it experience. I mean,
okay.
It's a unique situation. You're going into a float tank, constant vapor. I mean, it's not your everyday experience. So the first few minutes is kind of settling in. But anybody that's kind of meditated before will have a little bit of a step up. I mean, certain people are a little better at relaxing than other people.
Yeah.
Some people get in a float tank and they fall asleep in 5 minutes. Some people, it takes a little bit more time to just...
Are you good at relaxing?
I'm really bad. I'm good at doing nothing.
Yeah, well,
I don't know if I'm relaxed.
Step 1 is to do nothing. Step 2 is just kind of let it go. And
okay.
I mean, that's kind of the nice thing about floating. It's similar to yoga. You wouldn't go into a float tank the first time and shut down and go into this deep Zen mode most of the time.
Yeah.
You're maybe not used to doing that. So it's kind of a little bit of almost a mental growth process when you get into a float tank.
What's your name again?
Will.
Yep.
Now, I have heard that people, depending on how deep they get, can have hallucinations. Have you ever experienced that?
No, that's kind of a little.
Is that a myth?
It's a little bit of a myth.
Okay.
I'm thankful for that.
Okay, good. Okay, good.
Never hallucinating.
Good.
It's a very much so all natural experience.
Okay.
People can, create visions in their own mind.
Yeah.
The process, I mean, that's part of the strength of their own mind, but as far as kind of stimulating that within just a
Good to know.
experience.
All right.
You guys ready to go?
Yeah, we're ready. All right, so we got a shower.
Yep. Then take a quick shower. Dry off your face, your hair a little bit.
Okay.
You're gonna climb on in and relax. We got one of you will be in room 1. And we'll go down to room 3 for orientation.
Oh yeah, that looks dope as hell. Like a space thing.
Pod.
All right.
Y'all not gonna send us into outer space, are you?
You might.
Just might.
All right, so we got orientation, guys. So we can go ahead and get. It looks dope, right? I told you.
Nothing to be afraid.
I'm not afraid at all. I'm a homie right
Yeah,
here.
now
That looks like just a gigantic bathtub. I feel less.
It's almost like a super healing shower. So,
Yeah.
like I said, while you're in there, your body's kind of enjoying the benefits of that empty zone.
All right.
Just giving you that relaxation in the muscles, maybe some pain, sore areas, you might feel some relief. Everybody's body's a little bit different. We offer this blue circular thing. It's a float pillow.
Ah, okay.
So that gives you a little bit of extra support behind your head. But first few minutes, I would encourage people just to try without it, see how your body reacts. Always, take a few minutes to make sure you're not tensing your shoulders. Some people don't really trust the water's gonna hold them up.
Yeah.
They kind of get a little bit tense. So
Yeah.
you'll kind of notice yourself start to let go naturally after a few minutes once you get in there. You're in control of the blue light inside the tank, so you'll be able to turn that on and off whenever you'd like. You can change the color if you like even. It's the white button over there to the left. It's the only one that's elevated on the left side of the wall. So you basically just push that in.
You ready? You ready to do this? Feeling a little better now? Now you seen it.
See what I'm getting into.
It's not that bad, right?
Yeah, like mine was different.
No, you in here. You in 1. Yeah, you in 1. All right. I guess I'll see you in 90 minutes. I can see I'm sweating a little bit, but man, what an experience. It was a really good experience. Remy's still in there. He hasn't come out yet. He could be still sleeping. But once he comes out, we'll get to talking about everything. But for now, I just feel relaxed, like super relaxed.
Different? A little different.
Different?
How you feeling?
Man, I feel good, man.
Yeah.
We gotta go sit down and talk about it for sure. Man, we sitting down. We at Glory Days right now. We gotta have a couple beers, talk about our experience. The overall thoughts, 10 being the highest. How you feel?
Hello, how are you guys today?
Amazing. How are you doing?
Good.
We just doing. No, you're okay. We just did a. You ever did a float therapy? Oh,
I've never. Is it cool?
It's
Is it
pretty
like where you
cool.
like lay in like
Yeah.
a thing?
Yep.
That's
Yeah. Drink wise, beer. What do you have on tap?
This is my first time. Like.
Oh, no worries. Hey, no
table that
worries.
I'm actually serving.
Oh, we're gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna sit out and 10 being the highest they could possibly give you an experience. What would you rate that float therapy session?
I would give it like a 6, but that's mostly because of my fault. I feel like I feel like you're the one. I feel like I shouldn't have any alcohol in my system for that because I had like a little headache.
Oh, okay.
And that experience just sort of intensified it just a little.
Gotcha.
So it's like I'm having so much difficulty.
Focus. Gotcha.
Enjoying it, but I did have some cool moments. Like I definitely.
What was some of those? What was so outside of like the headache? What was your other kind of struggle? What did you struggle with? I know what I struggled with, and I'll tell you in a little bit. But
Yeah, my head just felt heavy. That was weird. And then it started to get hot. Once it got hot and I started sweating, then I was like, all right, it's hard for me to. By that time, I opened it up.
oh, did you?
I opened it up. And then after a little while, the lights outside went back off, and it still got dark again. So that was when because I had sort of like given up, like I'm gonna just get out. Then I opened it up.
Wow, you almost
cooled
got
down.
out.
Yeah, cooled down, and then after I cooled down, I got back in. So
I wonder if it was that situation was getting the alcohol out of your system,
Probably.
which is why you're extra hot. I wasn't
yeah,
that
I'm
hot.
probably mad dehydrated, so like my body wasn't ready for a lot of what I was
Wow, so you actually opened it up. See, I didn't open it up at all.
doing. That heat was getting to me because I wasn't getting any water on my face, but I could feel myself sweating. I didn't get any of their water in my eyes, but I could feel the sweat getting in my eyes.
So my experience, it wasn't a 6. For me, mine was more like I would say, not too far from a 6. So I would say 7, 7.5. When I first got in it, like you, I felt so heavy.
Yeah.
Like everything felt heavy, and I had all this tension in my neck.
Yeah.
And I was like, why do I have all this tension? But then before I know it, it was gone.
Yeah.
And I had to tell myself, just relax. And what I realized is there was like 5 levels of relax, a let go. Because when you think you're relaxed, next thing you realize, oh, my legs are still tight.
Right.
So I tried my best to just let go and let go. Once I did that, I started to relax so much. I had a hard time turning my thoughts off at first. I would take all these different thoughts going on, but it was pretty good. Oh yeah, was Frida the main one you had?
Yep.
Yeah, forget it.
It sure was. Are we ready to order? Or are we still
Not yet. Give it like 5 minutes. We'll
5
shut up and
minutes?
then we'll
Alright, no problem.
go order. Grab your drink.
What you call the show? I never
Never have I ever
have I ever.
done a flow therapy session. So, what you think? I said I didn't really try anything. What did you try?
So a couple of times to really like pull myself outside of just my brain, I tried to do something else. So the first thing was I tried to just sort of imagine that I was just in outer space.
I did think that. I thought it looked very like universe,
Yeah.
like this darkness. Yeah.
I tried to imagine just float, like not that I was floating in a tank, but I was just floating
Away.
somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was pretty cool. And then I remember I said my ABCs, but it took me I said them really slowly, which I've never done. Like if I say the ABCs now, it's like ABCD, EF, G. You don't even say the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I said it very slowly. I was saying like each letter, like maybe two seconds for each letter. I said it all the way from A to Z, and I said it backwards.
Wow.
And that felt really relaxing.
So that helped you feel more relaxed.
Yeah, because for me, like I said, the meditative part is focusing on something.
Something.
So I found something to focus on and I put my energy into that allowed me to sort of be.
All right, so it's the next day. I really wanted to take some time to really gather my thoughts on my experience without rushing it all into one video that day. And again, the goal, I hope, is to encourage other people to go out and try things they have never done before, to experience new things in life. especially people in the Black culture and the Black community, we tend to not do things that we are unfamiliar with. And so I hope that me documenting this experience or these experiences will encourage other people to go out and try similar things. So float therapy for me was amazing. Let me just try to tell y'all from beginning to end kind of what to expect. The water in the pod is basically, like the owner said, room temperature. Not room temperature, but your body temperature. And so when you step into the water, it's not cold, it's not hot, it's just water. And it's really just a thin layer of water. It's not very deep at all. If I had to guess, I would say that it barely comes up past your ankle when you step into the water. It may be more, but it's really hard to get a depth perception of it when you step into it because you're looking at everything else that's going on. As you can see from the video, it has lights in the pod, in the float tank. I guess is the technical name for it. But you get to control the light. I know a lot of people, I posted some images on my page and quite a few people were like, oh, it's too dark, they'll feel claustrophobic or whatnot, but, or scared of the dark. You don't have to turn the lights off. You control how much light you have in your tank. There's no music, there's no anything, at least not in my experience. There was a shower when you first get in, so you showered. You have the option of going in completely naked in your birthday suit, or you can wear swim trunks or whatnot. Me being who I am, I decided I'm going to go and do the full experience and not hold back. And so I went in my birthday suit. So 90 minutes, I did 90 minutes. Remy did 90 minutes as well. Pull down the top. And honestly, I just laid down on my back and turned off the lights from the jump. When I did that, there was still some light out in the room that was kind of seeping through the pod, through the tank. So I closed my eyes completely. And for whatever reason, I decided to try to keep my eyes closed the entire time. Now, talking to Remy ended up being a little antsy in the pod. He ended up getting up. He actually said he opened his top once. He tried a few different things with like movement, and so he had a little bit of a different experience than I did. And I think people who have a hard time turning off their mind and their thoughts, or who have a lot of thoughts all the time, if they're not trained in meditation, will initially struggle with being in a pod. So for me, lights off, closed my eyes, and I immediately felt heavy, like super heavy. And I felt this pain, not a pain, but my neck felt so uncomfortable. But I have neck issues anyway that stem from some shit going on in my back from old football injuries. And so I was uncomfortable, but I didn't want to move around too much because it's really easy to float and hit and bump against the wall. And that took a little bit of getting used to, was trying to just stay still. And so I felt my neck, I would say that. But I think what I realized is that I was feeling it because I really wasn't relaxed. Because you're supposed to relax, and you're supposed to just let go and not try to hold yourself up. And I realized there was like 4 levels of letting go. And I would say relaxed, and I relaxed, and my shoulders were relaxed, but my legs were not relaxed. And so I just kind of had to learn how to just truly just float. And once I did that, my body relaxed, and that helped. My head felt super heavy. I got a big head. So it felt super heavy in there. I was crazy aware of every thought in my head. Just reflecting back now, I used to do yoga. I try to meditate consistently, but even for me, I had a lot of thoughts going on, and random ass thoughts that made no sense. I would say about halfway in, there's really no sense of time. You don't know what time it is because there's no clocks or anything. Halfway in, I think it felt like halfway in, my thoughts finally started to slow down. And once I started doing that, I started hearing the beat of my heart. That was the only thing that I could hear. The spa is completely silent. The rooms are pretty soundproof for the most part. So I could hear my heart. Right? But then I would think about it and I couldn't hear it anymore. And I was like, oh, that's my heart. But then I had to relax again. So the deeper I did that, the more I did that, eventually I got to a point where I could hear my heart pretty consistently. And then I could start hearing trucks far off in the distance, and which is weird because you really wouldn't think you would hear it. But I think the more your body, your ears your body starts to adjust to what it needs to try to feel comfortable. And so I kept my eyes closed the entire time, or almost the entire time. And then I think around like 90 minute, around the 60-minute mark, I started to get a little antsy. And I was okay, I'm gonna open my eyes. And I opened my eyes and it was completely dark because the lights in the room had now turned off. But I wasn't aware of that because my eyes had been closed since the moment I got in there. And so when I opened my eyes, for me, it was a completely different experience because my eyes are I'm looking around trying to find any point of contact, and there was nothing to see at all. And I felt a deeper sense of relief, connection. I remember having a thought of, and I told Remy this as well, I wonder if this is what death is like nothingness, pitch black. And I wasn't scared about that thought or sad about that thought. It was just a thought. But I also wondered if this was like universe. Is this consciousness in the universe? And I thought that was a really dope thought to think about. And so next thing I know, the lights are coming, the pod, water, the current is starting to come back. And that's how you know your time is up and the lights start coming. Lights that come on. You know your time is up when the pod starts to have a current again. So I did that, got up, turned the light on, and got out. And getting up, I immediately felt super heavy again. But yeah, man, it was really a good experience. I recommend it to so many people to try it, especially if you're into yoga, if you're into meditation. You should definitely try float therapy. I'm definitely going back. Don't know if I would consistently do it, but I feel like if I ever had a really stressful day or a stressful week, or I really need to recenter and rebalance, I would do that over 90 minutes of yoga. And that, not there's anything wrong with yoga, but yoga kicks my ass, like, cause I'm super tight and not very flexible. So for me, when I do yoga, I'm really getting a full body workout. My mind is not relaxed as much as it should be. But flow therapy, there's no strength training, there's no nothing. It's just floating and relaxing. And how many people actually in their own life, take 90 minutes out of their life and not do nothing? No music, no cell phone, no TV, no family, no kids, no work. Just 90 minutes of sitting in nothing but silence, relaxation, and your thoughts. I don't know. I don't think there's many. So this is the first episode of Never Have I Ever. Never have I ever done float therapy. I enjoyed it. If you like this episode or like this show or this channel, hit the like button for me. All right? And stay tuned for the next one. I think I'm going to go to a chiropractor.